if you stream on Twitch, there is a setting you may need to turn off because they have automatically set this setting enabled by default on everyone's profiles. So if you do not wish your voice or your likeness to be used, or whatever it may be, to be used by generative AI, then I would suggest you go into your profiles today, just go into settings, go into security and privacy, scroll halfway down, and you'll see training for generative AI is turned on. It's turned on for everyone, and it is really weird that they did that for everyone. Yeah, I would highly recommend you probably turn that off. But obviously, you do you. It's your settings. But I would suggest turning it off if you do not want it to be training Gen AI. And using their faces to train models. Oh, your faces as well. Jesus. I'm sure a lot of people have already heard about it today. Literally, before I even had a chance to like properly wake up, I already got messages about it to turn it off and everything. Also, Slayer W for letting people know as well in the Discord. On my way doing that right now. Yes, it's so easy to turn off. Like, just top right, go to your profile, press settings, and turn it off. This also backwards. It shouldn't be something that you voluntarily... Yes, but they know that no one's going to turn it on, you know? Like, they know that people are not going to have it turned on. You turn that off. Yeah, good idea. Like, that's the mess up part about it. It's like they definitely are like, oh, people are going to be turning this... Like, no one's going to switch it on purpose. So we're just going to set it to on for everyone by default. But it's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre to, like, think that's a default. It's like, it's kind of gross that it was a default setting to switch on. But I think people were pretty... Like, people knew about it immediately. But yeah, like, what about the people, like, let's say in 2 years' time, where people aren't talking about this sort of issue... What's going to happen to those people? They're not going to, like, know to turn it off or anything. They're just going to be, like, kind of left in the dark, I guess, about turning it off. But, I don't know. Maybe they'll change something. I don't think anything's going to get better. If anything, things will get worse. If anything, things will get worse. But, you know, it is the way it is, I guess. Who are we? We're just using the platform. We're simply just users of the platform. How sad. How sad. That's why I stream on YouTube. That's why I stream on YouTube, okay? Because you never know. Nah, there should be a lot.
Why pee when you can poo, Gelly? I've never been so proud of you with these titles.
Thank
also,
you.
Turn off the AI thing, chat.
Yes.
It's sucky.
Yes. Hi, Eons. How are you? I just had a whole spiel about it. Nah, there should be a law that requires tech companies to have all the data collection AI training off by default. Yeah, but you know that, like, it's gonna be so hard because, like, the law works so slow while these things, like, in tech and stuff, it goes so quickly, so quickly. So it's so hard for, like, the law to catch up in those ways. Like, I mean, think about, like, isn't Europe only just, like, kind of locking down on, I think it's, like, money in video games. They're kind of, like, honing down on that a bit more. And that, like, that's been a thing for ages, like spending money in video games and using current in-game currency and stuff like that. It's been ages that that's been a thing. It will take a while for that stuff to get kind of locked in place. It's annoying because, like, in Australia, the government's, like, essentially knocking down some games for using drugs and stuff like that as, like, a perk. And then it's like, then you have stuff like this, where it's like, this is actually an issue for everyone. And it's not just like one video game or a one-off, and they don't really do anything. Halloween the game has been banned in Australia because smoking weed busts Michael Myers in game. So, and that's banned in Australia. It's like, what? Why do they care so much about this shit? When, like, literally so much AI shit going on. I know YouTube and Instagram and Facebook use your host for AI training. Yeah. It's hard to get away from, honestly. And, like, being so online, it is a little bit concerning. Because, like, obviously there's, like, a lot of voice and video of like, streamers, of streamers. Probably it's better to be a VTuber in that sense. So it is interesting. It's like, how is that going to impact someone maybe 10 years down the line or something like that? But also there's already a lot of it out there, so womp womp. Womp womp. It's a really good point with the Michael Myers stuff, yeah. And even, like, I I think for GTA 6, you're going to have to verify your GTA 6, you're going to have to verify your age before playing the game, I believe, or before getting access to certain parts of the game, because yeah, the government just isn't allowing it because they want to make sure you're allowed to see that sort of content. But it's like, do you really want to give them your ID or any identification that you're playing? Like, should we have to do that? Like, why is it easier to gamble here than play a fucking game? That's actually insanity to me. Like, it's so much easier to like do any sort of like gambling IRL here than playing a video game that may have gambling in it or may have some scenes in it. Australian video game censorship is fucking wild, and it's crazy. It hasn't changed. I know it's so bizarre. Like, that this is the hill our country decides to like sort of like die on, I guess. And it's like, why this set of all things? It's a little bit it's a little bit ridiculous, but I don't know. It's what they're worried about, I guess. That's what the government's worried about. I don't know why, but it is what they're worried about for God knows what reason. It's crazy. Tech companies are also infamous for data breaches. Yeah, selling information to third-party sources. Literally. And like, what if they start using teams like that are overseas and stuff, and then they have data across different jurisdictions that have different laws and everything. Like, it just gets so foggy and kind of like mushy and like what is allowed and what isn't allowed. Our data is like kind of money nowadays, to a degree. Our data is some sort of currency that people, you know, or companies like to leverage when they do sell their companies and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my rant for the day. So I usually start off more positive, but we're like, damn, screw you, AI. Screw you, AI.